And at 55, you can hit me in my DMs and say thank you, because it's looking pretty crazy in Social Security. I promise y'all, don't rely on Social Security. It's a sham. Welcome back to another Millennial in Debt Money Chat. And since we're talking about tax refunds, cheers to you and your money back. As a new homeowner, my tax return's going to my tub. But all the celebration aside, let's get down to the real important reason you came for this video. And that is to give you some really good, smart ideas on how you can use your tax refund, return appropriately, smartly, intelligently. Too much wine. Okay, so I'm going to go through 5 really simple, really quick, easy ways for you to use your tax return in a really smart, intelligent way. This way you won't feel guilty about it a couple of days, weeks, months, or minutes later. The first thing, and of course you know it's going to be my first thing, that you can do with your tax return that is a really smart, good idea is to pay down existing debt. Pay down the principal. Especially if you have student loans, a credit card debt, a car loan, those compound interest loans or that compound interest debt is going to make it almost impossible for you to pay off this loan in less than like 25 years or whatever your loan promissory note states. So by taking your tax refund and throwing it towards a debt, you're minimizing the amount of interest that you'll pay, therefore saving you money down the future, down the road, which is the most important thing anyway. So pay down existing debt. That's number 1. Number 2, your emergency fund, baby. Okay, it is so hard to save for emergency funds when your entire life seems to be an emergency. And that's what I'm figuring out now as a new homeowner. Everything seems like an emergency. Everything seems urgent. My tax return is going towards my tub. I need a new tub because that's urgent to me. But if you don't have any urgent things that you really need to fix or take care of in your home or whatever, in your car, in your life, pay yourself, essentially. Put that money away into an emergency fund because you never know what's going to happen tomorrow. You never know what's going to happen in 5 minutes. You never know what's going to happen down the road. So saving money for an emergency fund with your tax return is one of the smartest things that you can do to help give yourself peace of mind and less stress down the road. Everything is about down the road, y'all. Down the road. So number 3 kind of connects with number 2, but not really. Besides an emergency fund, you also should have a savings account. You should have about 3 to 4 different accounts where your money is. You don't want all your money in one pot because I don't trust banks, but you know, that's just me being sad from the Great Depression or whatever. But you should start a savings account if you don't already have one, and that savings account should be towards something big or something fun. I have / had, because I don't really know what I have right now. Fun's is kind of funny right now. You should have a savings account for fun things or for big things, like a vacation you want to go on, or some really big purchase you want to buy. Maybe you do want to get those Jordans. Maybe you want to get, I don't know, whatever, video game. I don't know what y'all cool millennials buying nowadays. But start a savings account that's not going to make you sad, essentially. Budgeting sometimes can make people really sad. But if you're saving towards something that you know you're excited for, you know you love, and you want so bad, but you really can't afford it most of the time, or you know you shouldn't buy it, this is the time to use that tax return money. I keep getting return, refund, and I like whatever. This is the time to put that money towards your dream purchase or whatever it is. So I would save, even if you don't want to save the whole thing, I would save about 25 to 50% of my tax return and put it into a savings account for something really exciting or fun, like a vacation or a major purchase. You'll thank me when you're out in Africa on vacation. All right, number 4, even less fun than number 2 and 3, invest in your retirement. No one in the millennial generation thinks they're going to retire. We either think we're going to be super rich because we're entrepreneurs or trying to be entrepreneurs, or we're going to die in our 30s and 40s, because that's been my thought process since I was 10. You really do need to invest in your retirement. If you don't have a job that kind of forces you to, like my job does, you're going to be very sad when you get to 62 or 55 or 65 or whatever age it is that you want to retire or you're capable of retiring, and you're not going to have the funds to maintain your lifestyle. You really should be saving at least right now 5 to 7% of your income into your retirement. Whether that's a pension plan, a 401k, an IRA, all those different things. And if you want me to kind of make a video differentiating for you and telling you what's the difference and, you know, why should I care about these types of things, I will do that for you, because you should. If you have the money available to you in your tax return, throw some money at your retirement, and at 55, you can hit me in my DMs and say thank you, because it's looking pretty crazy in Social Security. I promise y'all, don't rely on Social Security. It's a sham. Triggered. Okay, and the fifth and final thing that you can use your tax return for and feel far less guilty than if you buy a pair of Jordans is home improvements. If you don't have a home, I do have an alternative for you, but I just want to talk to my homeowners for right now, just because I've joined the ranks of the sad crew. You want to use your tax return to do those major repairs that you haven't had the chance to do or couldn't afford to do, because what I'm noticing and realizing is the longer you let things in your home go bad or deteriorate or kind of ignore or pretend it's not happening, the worse and more expensive it gets. So, home improvement. If you do not have a home, the fifth and final thing that you can do is invest in yourself. Now, what that means, especially for my millennial peoples, because y'all have my heart, if there's a class you've been dying to take, if there's a program that's going to help blossom your presentations or your projects or your business, buy it. Take the class. Create the website that you've been trying to create. Buy Photoshop, buy the Adobe suite that's going to help make your pictures and art so much better. Because we spend so much time saving. We spend so much time working that we don't really invest in what benefits ourselves from an emotional standpoint, from a physical standpoint, from a spiritual standpoint. If you want to go to that retreat, go to that retreat. If you want to join that gym, join the gym. Invest in yourself, because if you fall apart, all the saving and the budgeting in the world ain't gonna do a damn thing. So take it from me, invest in yourself. Those are the 5 ways that you can use your tax return in a smart, safe, beneficial, healthy, good way, whatever terms you want to use, and not feel guilty about it. And I am out. Say hi to Bobby.